Hello and welcome to Say Hi to the Future, Ingenious Thinkers, a podcast aimed at highlighting the human side of ingenuity. My name is Ken Tenser, curator of Say Hi to the Future, helping leaders think differently in the face of uncertainty and ambiguity. Better thinking, better outcomes. Here with me today is Jeff York, the CEO of Altea Active, Canada's leader in fitness and wellness. Jeff, welcome to Say Hi to the Future.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So Jeff, you're one of the most celebrated business leaders in Canada. You've had successes at Giant Tiger, which is a leading discount retailer, Farm Boy, grocery store, the fresh market experience. What are some of the lessons you can, impart on our next gen leaders today?
Again, I think next gen leaders need to learn to be patient, work a little harder, be around people, like be around them, communicate with them in person, right? Get out to see your competitors, experience your brand, experience what's going on, and then figure out that have a timeline, but don't be in such a rush. Just do not be in such a rush to get to where you need to get to. I'm a big fan of Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours to refine your craft. That's how long it takes to truly understand the business you're going into. I'm not even there yet. I'm on my path to 10,000 hours and I'm learning every day. So that's biggest thing is be a bit more patient, learn your craft and go to the places where others don't go and have fun doing it, right? Have fun. It's all, if you're working, you're not having fun, you're not going to do it that long. And I've had fun in everything I've done in all the different businesses.
So let me ask something, Jeff. Next gen leaders need to learn, as you say, a little bit more patience or discipline. But does the board allow that? Does the market allow for that?
Yeah, it all depends on how patient your investors are, right? So, and that's what I learned at Giant Tiger. We had Gordon Reed. He always said to me, Jeff, do the right thing. Okay, spend money like it's your own, right? Find good partners. Giant Tiger ran a partnership model. We didn't run a franchise model. So we each did what we were good at and we competed very successfully against Walmart. And Farm Boy was a little different, right? It was a corporate model, but I knew we needed to grow fast because we had a really good fresh model. So then I went out and found a private equity sponsor that believed in the model and gave us the capital to grow fast, right? And then that dovetailed into making a transaction with Sobeys, who really wanted to solidify the market share in Ontario and get and really back Farm Boy, and then doubled the business again with them. So it's a funny balance. You have to have the right concept, the right capital stack. You have to have patient investors. I think you have to be not overly patient, but you gotta give time to develop the team so you learn how to grow.
So Jeff, tell me a little bit about yourself in these engagements. I mean, to do it one time, a lot of us do things one time. You repeat the success. Is there something you look for? Is it a vision that you have when you engage? How do you talk to multiple successes?
But I think it's a formula, right? And it's continuous learning. So what you want to do is you want to find that sweet spot in the marketplace where it's a function of outworking your competition, outsmarting them, and putting together the right team. Like for Giant Tiger, we identified Walmart, right? So we were not give in on price on Walmart, and we had a franchise model that we could compete with them by having a much more efficient assortment per market, right? So you dissect the enemy and then figure out how you're going to make money at it. And Farm Boy was simple model. It wasn't simple to execute, but it was a simple model. We did everything better than a grocery store. Fresher, better. We better food. We took away all the preservatives in the food. We just made it better for the customer. And it goes back to understanding the customer. And then Altea is going to be, we are going to redefine fitness because, like I've said many times, the fitness model is broken. We make more money when you don't show up than when you do show up. That's a sick model when you think about it, right? When you think about customer satisfying the customer. So I just look at this model of going against a bunch of people that monetize people not showing up, and we're going to turn it on its head, and we're going to make it the best workout with the best people, and we're actually going to get results. So I just look at it like, okay, we're going to be the farm boy of fitness. We're going to reinvent the fitness model, and it's more fitness wellness, right? Because it's not just about the body. It's about the mind. It's about, like, we have the best yoga, the best hot yoga, the best Pilates, the best boxing, the best fitness. It's not just about going and getting a sweat in. It's doing the right thing. And again, I look at it in the marketplace and I don't see anybody doing it. Nobody did Giant Tiger. Nobody did Farm Boy, and nobody's doing what Altea is doing. So to me, it's a matter of like finding the right capital partners, getting the team together, and then executing on the plan. And that's the formula.
And so when you're talking about a formula, though, I mean, a lot of these things actually go to operations and have you tie it together, because a lot of people can say best, and then, you get the 5 stores to 50 to 1,000, whatever it is. And it's really not. Is there some way that you've controlled best in your? Yeah.
So it's hard. So don't, this is very hard to do, is to execute at I call at least an 8 out of 10, but hopefully 9 out of 10 every day. So when I looked at Giant Tiger, it was remove all the things that don't add value at store level. So then the franchisee picked merchandise that would sell in his market, his or her market. They would hire and fire the staff. We would do everything else at the office, all the marketing, all of the administration, all the accounting, all the banking, so they could concentrate on execution. Farm Boy was different, right? Corporate model, but it's very similar. The general manager ran the store, and we had specialists throughout the store. We didn't have generalists. So we had a produce manager, a meat manager, a bakery manager. And then we would have a team in each geographic area go around and train and help. It sounds simple, but it's hard to do, right? It's hard to do this, to go around and execute at a high level. In fitness, so it's a bit of a hybrid what we have. So we have a general manager, assistant general manager, sales manager. Then we have boutique fitness leaders, and we go and find the best talent in the marketplace so that we can run the best classes. But then we have to go around and continuously upgrade, right? So most businesses open and forget about it. Then they're on to growth. The key to profitable growth is always touch your old assets. Always fix up your old assets. Always, always, always go back and touch them up. And then you'll have a business that's not just as good as the one you just opened. They should all be good. So right now I'm in the process. I've only been doing this for just over a year. So I'm going around now and making sure we upgrade the clubs that we've opened in the past. So hard to do. We're already, when you're operating, but it's absolutely necessary to run a premium product.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I got to say, because I've been members of good clubs, I'll say, for many years, but the assets get tired. They get tired very quickly, and no matter how great your people are, there's that sense of, as soon as you see some degradation in the asset, you feel like, somebody's not taking care.
And that's my job, is to have the team out there to make sure the assets are always, again, you're never going to run at 10 out of 10. It don't set that goal. But if the whole industry is running at 5 out of 10 and we're running at 8 or 9 out of 10, we're exponentially better than the competition. So that's the goal we set. And it's not about perfection, because you're going to kill yourself being perfect every day. We're going to be consistently above average.
And how do you create this across the country? Because I've got to say, there's got to be different approaches to healthcare, to fitness in different markets. Is that the sort of the same as the Farm Boy type of thing? Is you really look at that market, what you're putting on shelf? Is there a way to do that and adjust in Altea's world?
Yeah. So this is what we did with why we introduced the AVANT brand, because it was a hyper urban model in a second floor location, and we were space constricted. So like the Ottawa club we had just opened was 129,000 square feet, the second biggest facility in North America. I think the top 5 fitness facilities in North America. And we took what was best out of there and applied it in a smaller scale to the old Nordstrom Rack space on Yonge and Bloor. And we put in 6 studios instead of 8. We couldn't fit pickleball in, obviously, because you need ceiling height and a big space, but we made the boutiques work for the space. So that's the other thing I've done my whole life. never opened two stores alike. Never, in Giant Tiger or in Farm Boy. Every one of them's different, yet they're the same. Same values, same culture, same people. But if you constrict yourself to just opening the same box all the time, you're not going to grow very fast. So you adjust to the size of the box and you understand what the customer wants in that area. So I'll give you an example. So in Yorkville, we have the best Pilates, reformer Pilates. It's the hottest modality now in fitness. So we managed to put in 13 reformers into a very efficient space, I'll call it. And it's included in your membership. So a typical Pilates member's paying $400, $500. It's included in our membership, right? So like if you're paying $400 for everything, right? Pilates is going to be the best. So everything else is for free. That's our model with the Altea and AVANT is it's a bundling. It's not for someone that wants to go lift weights. We're never going to make that person happy. And there's lots of places to go lift weights, specifically your home gym, your condo gym, whatever. We've identified the need for connection, community, like-mindedness, people socializing, coming to work out. We're going to be the golf club of the future. We want people to show up, meet like-minded people, have a smoothie, we have $10 smoothies, for example. Okay. Why? Well, Booster Juice has $10 smoothies, right? But ours are better. They're handcrafted. They're protein, creatine. We have all the good stuff in it. So it's not this high-end place, right? It is a place that's priced for the market and for the people in the area. That's how we look at it. So we have difference in pricing across Winnipeg, Vancouver, Ottawa, Liberty Village, and Yorkville. All the prices are different, but it's related to the services we're delivering in those markets.
Right. So, Jeff, you mentioned a couple of things I want to call out because I think back in my own business career. The first one, your approach to stores and that everyone is the same but different. I've heard this only once before articulated that way, and it was client in the U.S., a few thousand beauty boutique, about 510 to 1,000 square feet of beauty. And I asked their creative director, and he gave me that same approach that every store, even 2000s, started with a fresh brush. They and yes, to your point, there were rectangular, there were sections or whatever, but how do you do that? How do you meld creativity with brand, consistency?
That's the secret sauce, right? It's the blend of art and science. This is how I look at it. And I learned that from Giant Tiger. I had a lot of really good mentors, and I started I'm a CPA. I know, but I only did it for 3 years. And then I got into operations, buying, merchandising, and everything. And I developed the other side of my brain. So it wasn't just about logic. It was about flow, right? It was how the customer reacted with the space. What did you put in the front of the store? What did you put in the back of the store? What was the buying behavior? What behaviors did you like? Have you ever heard of like a left-handed versus a right-handed store?
No.
Yeah. So most Farm Boys are right-handed stores. Means you enter on and you shop the wall with your right hand. Think about it.
Uh-huh.
So, but a bunch of stores I've been into are left-handed stores. So you enter on the left side of the store and you shop the walls with your left hand, and people are always knocking into each other because it doesn't flow. So Farm Boy, we're at all costs, we wanted to have either a center entrance or a right-handed store because it made your walls way more effective for merchandising because you would buy off those walls. And it sounds silly, right? But people go, yeah, it's kind of right. Right? And why is the meat always behind the produce? Why is the first thing you come in produce? Why is there a cut pineapple at the front of the store the same price as a whole pineapple? These are things that people, they don't really know, but there's a science for doing it. Like watermelon. Why do you have pieces of watermelon cut in quarters, whole watermelons, and then pieces? And they're 3 different prices, but they're selling to 3 different customers for 3 different needs, right? So that's the science meeting the art, and then the merchandising is how you make it all work together. And that's kind of what I'm learning with Altea right now is that flow, the usage, the customer. And I've been doing it for just over a year now. I'm getting a better feel for it, but every one of them the next store is going to be better. The next club will be better than this one because we're learning. So
sure. So the other thing that I picked up on, and it goes to your smoothie story and the $10 smoothie. One of my mentors, and well, many decades ago, said to me, Ken, don't get greedy with the disbursements. And I'm not calling a smoothie a disbursement, but said they're so willing, whether it's a very high-end car or your services, to pay a premium, but don't kill people on.
Exactly. So here's three things. Here's three changes that I made when I first came into the business. Eliminated tipping. Okay. Tipping. The tipping culture is out of hand now.
Right.
Okay. It's just people don't want to talk about it. So I said, raise everybody's wages that's working in the smoothie bar and the Starbucks and the coffee shops, and eliminate tipping. Okay. Like it's such a pain point for people at every social conversation. When we finish something, or you go into this place, they ask for a tip, they prompt for a tip. I said, get rid of it and pay our people properly. Right. So the other thing was, we took our smoothie price down to $10. I said, exactly what you're saying, like, don't make money. You don't have to make full margin and large margins on everything you do. Like, surprise and delight your customer the odd time, your members, right? Have a really great smoothie for $10. Like, I'm a big Booster Juice fan. Okay. I'm at the airport. It's the only healthy thing you can eat. And then I look at it and they're great, but they're not like ours, right? Our protein's better, like our fruit's better and things like that. And then the other thing we looked at was, people look at the personal training customer as low margin. Like, they go in our industry, for whatever reason, they say, oh, PT makes X amount. And I said, this makes no sense. The PT customer is paying you a membership and doing personal training, keeping someone employed in our gym. They're the fittest people or wanting to be the fittest people. So we re-looked at the profitability of the PT client, right? And said, look, pay our PTs more, our personal trainers, like, pay them a simple salary grid, and if they want to charge more, then they can make more. If they want to charge less, they can make less, and then get that relationship going. We're still in it right now. We haven't figured it out, but I know something's wrong with this model, and we're going to do it better, right? So we're playing around with it. And then other thing is, the boutique fitness, and most fitness facilities, if they get 10 to 20% of their customers or clients doing a class, they're happy. We want over 50%. In our Ottawa location, 91% of our members do a class. Like, that's stickiness now, right? They're not going to leave, like most gyms where half the people leave after the year one because they don't know what they're doing. They wander around the gym and they're not getting any results, right? So we say, okay, we're going to have great classes. And then, well, they're not all perfect, but they're like, we're on that continuous improvement road that you just want to get better and make the member experience better.
Well, and Jeff, I think the other thing you mentioned was, paying your personal trainers more and, valuing them. One of the things you find in clubs, except for maybe the very, very small boutiques, is incredible turnover. So you build that relationship in cycling or Pilates, whatever it is, and all of a sudden it goes, and there goes your relationship with the gym, if you will.
Well, they've always looked at the industry as a part-time model, right? And contractors. So I said, why don't we give people more hours so they don't have to go train for cash in these condo gyms or drive around the city training, right? Give them a career, right? And this is what we're going through right now, is our personal trainers teach classes. Well, good. Well, that helps them with their sales funnel. If they teach a good class, maybe they want to do more training, or we let them now come up with their own theme, so they can go grab some people and they're passionate about something, like they'll go do it. And that's what I like, to break the model. I'm such a contrarian. If people are doing it a certain way, it's probably wrong. That's how I look at it. So I want to change it and just listen to people, listen to the members, and do what's right. And right is different for different businesses, but for us, right is make the member happy, make them get healthier, make them feel they're part of our community. I'll share this story with you. So I'm walking out of the gym. I do a class most mornings because I just want to, they don't know I'm the CEO. I just go in and box or lift weights or do yoga. So I'm walking out of the out of the club and this lady stops me. She goes, "Are you Jeff York?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I just want to tell you, you changed my life. This is the best thing that's happened to me, this club. I have a routine now, a sense of community, and I just want to thank you." What better compliment can you get in business than changing someone's life, right? It's not about money, and you make money all different ways, right? And making money's boring, actually, right? It's about changing people's lives, right? Doing things. And then that to me was like, I think I told that story to probably 5 or 6 people, and because it just resonates with me, because you're doing something that's changing somebody and they appreciate it. And then they'll pay you for doing it as well, right? Because remember, we have to make profit to actually change, to help reinvest back into these businesses, right? And it just felt so good to hear that.
No, that's wonderful. And I hear you. I mean, we don't always hear it enough from our clients. So you've opened AVANT in Yorkville, which is one of it's probably the highest end shopping living area in Toronto in terms of being a small area. You've described this as a luxury club from selective membership through to bespoke lifestyle support. I have not been there. I've seen the pictures, the escalator, the lights. I mean, it's almost like you feel like a star arriving in the morning.
No, it's special. It's a special place. Right. And people, when they get there, just check some of the online reviews we've gotten already. Like, they're writing paragraphs about it, about how they love it. The people, and again, we're not doing everything right yet. We just open, right? But the feeling when you come in, like when you come up the escalator, there's a complimentary espresso ready for you if you want to take a shot. Right. And then you go in, get the locker rooms. You're walking into the Four Seasons. Okay. That was kind of the idea when you come in, right? It's great service, smiling people that actually like their jobs. They want to be there and they want to help people. So that's how we hired everybody was, do you want to help people? Do you like solving people's problems? Do you want to be around them? Same as Farm Boys, very similar hiring practice, right? If you don't like to be around people, go work somewhere else, right? It's like you're going to be around people your whole life while you're with us. So better like it. So you come in, it's special. Then you're greeted, right? People are there saying hi to you, and then you get changed. You can go into the best reformer class, the hot yoga studio we have. There's nothing like it in North America. It's the best, right? Our Pilates studio is the best. Our cycle studio is the best. Our boxing studio is the best. Our LF3 studio is the best. Why do I know that? Because I've been to all the competition. Go experience it and tell me I'm wrong. This is the best club you're ever going to see in North America. There might be one better. It's called E by Equinox in New York, but our fitness is better. Our classes are better. Their ambiance might be a little bit better, but ours will get better results. And I said, I'm in this. I don't need to do this job. Okay. I don't need to do this. I want to do this and redefine fitness and wellness and do the right things. And then we're going to, again, we have great investors, great, like people that have bought into this. They believe in it, and you just come and experience it. And that's what we, in Yorkville, because the worst time to open a club is in August, right? But we've been paying rent since April. So we ran out of fixturing time. So I said, let's get this thing open, right? And so it'll be ramping up in September. So come in and experience it. It is first class. There's nothing like it. And the Good Life down the street's closing. Like, there's all these boutiques and around us and stuff. But like, you're going to come into our club and you're going to go, I can do all of this in one place. And that's what they're going to have to experience when they come in. I'm pretty bullish about it.
Well, Jeff, what I love too, and a great lesson for listeners, your competition.
You have to.
But a lot of people, and I would dare say maybe more on the next gen where things have to be done and completed more quickly. They go online. They don't go in person.
Yeah. Having conversations and visiting, like, there's nothing better. And this, again, these are lessons that go back. Like I was taught to study the competition and never give an inch. That was Giant Tiger. Like, never give an inch. Price. So it was drilled into me. Then we go to Farm Boy. We have to have the best shopping experience, best, right? Best merchandising, best people. So both sides of my brain work, right? So you know about pricing and you know about merchandising and execution. And then, and right now that's kind of Altea. It's kind of the best of both. So you can apply it to this third one. And my goal is to have the third $1 billion company out of Ottawa. And I don't think anyone else has ever done it. So it's kind of a neat goal to set. So
that would be pretty wonderful. I spent, my undergrad up there, and I was on the board of Sprott, the School of Business. So
okay. Awesome.
I've spent plenty of time there. So it's really would be wonderful if that could happen. Last sort of direction of questions. In order to build those $1 billion companies, how about some of the macro trends you have to look at? Meaning, say there's an aging population, so that must impact fitness, usage, like how do you tie in, what you're doing with things that are going to unfold over 5, 10, 15 years?
Pickleball. I'll give you an example. So pickleball. So in our next clubs, we're not putting pools in. They're a maintenance pig, like they're terrible. Like you lose money running them. They're the most underutilized part of the club are pools. We're replacing that with pickleball. So 4 to 5 million to put in our pool system, 500,000 to put in pickleball. Pickleball people pay, pool people use the amenity. So you've got lower capex and the demand for pickleball is absolutely crazy busy, how busy our club is. So we're looking right now how to put more courts into Ottawa because we have some extra space. So, and it's just starting this craze. So it matches up perfectly with the aging demographic because it's essentially ping pong badminton on a half size tennis court, right? If you played, and it's very inclusive, right? Anyone can play, quick learning curve, and it keeps people off the couch. So they're in our club. So what we're finding is pickleball players then want to do a yoga class or a cycle class or whatever. So we will, I think anyone open a pickleball, if you're not in a old Hudson's Bay store or an old piece of real estate, it's impossible to monetize pickleball on its own. But as an amenity, I think it's great, right? Part of a bar, part of a restaurant, pickleball, I think you can work, and part of a club, it'll work. Lifetime's done it in the States. A lot of their clubs, they put more pickleball courts in there. They're big into rackets and pools, but they have a lot of clubs and they were on this trend. They've even invented their own pickleball that doesn't break as much. Their CEO Barama is big into this. So we think pickleball is one of these answers where it's going. So in the future clubs we're looking at, the larger boxes that are empty, we can put pickleball in. You can't build a facility for pickleball. You'll just blow your brains out because people don't pay a lot for pickleball. Like they are now just because there's a lack of court. So pickleball is one of the answers. The other thing is reformer Pilates, hottest modality in fitness. Very difficult to put a lot of people in your studios. So these independents that are running, I'm sure they can do their one-off or franchise it, but we are putting it in our studio in Ottawa. It's included in your diamond and we're $119 bi-weekly. So the Pilates, so that's $240 a month essentially. But just to do Pilates, that's 6 classes, five or six classes. And people want to do Pilates 2 to 3 times per week. So it's a no-brainer. You're going to join Altea, right? We have 14 reformer classes per day. Like it's just crazy to keep up with the demand. That's the math, right? So you look, if you talked about reformer Pilates 10 years ago, nobody would even know anything about it, right? It was this little niche thing out of California. But this is our beauty. We have all these little studios that we can adapt to what the new thing is going to be. So in Pilates, pickleball, strength, women lifting weights. That is, we have studios where women go in, are taught to lift properly. And you know what? You don't get full of muscles like everyone told you. If you lift properly, you will age better. So we have tons of ladies doing strength training in it, but not like they can choose how much they want to lift and they're getting healthier. Their bones aren't breaking as much. It's just all the research is we over cardioed ourselves to death. We eat too many carbohydrates and we run too much on treadmills. We should be eating more protein and lifting weights, right? You're going to live longer. That's the science right now. So we're on that trend, right? So these are the things, and it's fun. It's fun because it's ever evolving, this business, right? So got to use your brain.
So Jeff, at the outside, I asked a little bit, around how you became such a visionary CEO. And I think through the last 25, 30 minutes, you truly understand your business. You understand it in detail. You understand who's shopping, how they're shopping, where they're looking, and you know the competition and the trends. So I think for all the listeners, this is the anatomy of a brilliant visionary CEO. Truly understanding things.
Well, again, do the things others don't want to do. It's the first place to go. Like, if there's one lesson, right, is work hard, do your work, and continuously learn. Like, that's what I tell you. You have to keep learning. Like, you have to keep reading. You have to be around young people because they think differently. They think differently than I do, right? I learn a lot from my daughter. Like, she was a competitive swimmer at Purdue, right? She got me into this business, right? Into fitness because I could not bend over to tie my shoes. I have 4 herniated discs and I was a mess, right? But all I did was work, right? And now I'm getting healthier. I'm healthier now at 62 than I was at 42. I'm telling you. I know I am. I feel better, right? Sure, I'm creaky bones a little bit. That's just age, but I have more muscle and I feel better. And these are the young people. They're forcing you. Young people, fitness is not discretionary. It's not a discretionary spend for young people. Young people, fitness is a necessity for physical and mental health, for both physical and mental health. So I think we're onto something. We got young people, older pickleball players. If you go into our clubs, it's a mixed bag. Well, who's your target customer? Everyone always asks me, who's your target customer? Like, that's such a stupid question, right? You want to be as relevant to the most people possible. Giant Tiger didn't have a target customer. Farm Boy didn't have a target customer. We wanted anybody that walked into the store to be able to buy something and then feel like they got value. And this is what you're going to get when you come into Altea. There's all ages. Anyone that wants to get healthy will come to Altea. AVANT, a little bit higher price. You're going to be in Yorkville, right? But we have both brands. Like in Liberty Village, like we have Altea, 89,000, great workout. Like, you can go there, or else you want it a little bit higher end experience, you go to Yorkville. You got them both. And we'll have more. We're probably going to put 2-3 more in Toronto, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, all the city markets. We've got sites we're looking at right now. So a different Altea versus Avant, and another one in Vancouver. So anyways, it's a fun business. I'm having a blast doing it. And again, I think I'm getting healthier. So at the same time.
Jeff York, CEO of Altea Active, Canada's leader in fitness and wellness. Thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for joining us on Say Hi to the Future.
All right. Thanks a lot. See ya.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to support our show, leave us a review and join our mailing list by visiting www.spyder.works. That's SPYDER.works, and subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment with who we should interview next. Thank you for listening, and see you all next Friday.